EndCode is an organization that deals with technology, law, and policy. We help organizations understand the impact of technology law on their businesses on a daily basis and going forward further in terms of how they deal with clients and the internal issues.
I think one of the highlights for me being with EndCode has been the fact that we're not the traditional law firm and we're not the usual consultancy. We actively cater towards helping companies get their regulatory compliance in order. Technology law itself is a new concept. It wasn't around when I was studying law. So what it allows us to do is to actually move ahead with the internet and apply changing practices to businesses as they begin to use technology within their business practices.
The difference between a typical legal advisory firm and EndCode is that we are obviously motivated by a specific good that we see in our minds, and we also are very committed to making sure that our knowledge of African developments in the technology law and policy area is very sound, and we maintain a knowledge base to help affect that.
Okay, when I was younger, I had this vision that I would become a lawyer and I was going to practice law all over the world. Sadly, when I got to law school, I found out about the legal concept of jurisdiction, meaning that you're restricted to the country that you practice within in terms of all your legal services. Tech law is extremely exciting for me because with the advent of the internet, it suddenly opens up the whole concept of jurisdiction. And now businesses have the opportunity to transact and interact and basically cross jurisdictions in all aspects of the law. For me, that's almost my dream coming true, that I am able to practice anywhere on the planet.
So as I worked for many years as an executive in the media space and in the design and publishing space, and I wanted to take my understanding of the media and design industry to another level, and then decided to study law. And within that, discovered technology law as a way of bringing together all of my interest areas and expertise. So my focus area really is on digital media and the issues for digital advertising agencies as well.
So EndCode is a realization that it has to be so much more than just what I can do. Really, it's a sense that the only way for EndCode to have meaningful impact, or for the technology, policy, and legal developments to be developments that are conducive to a great future and a tech-driven future for Africa, is if people engage with the developments, understand them, and make contributions to them. And really, instead of being the runner, there's a need for facilitation of those kinds of outcomes. So EndCode will hopefully facilitate conversations that matter, facilitate the development of publications that matter, and facilitate involvement of people who really have smart answers and who really know what would be good for the continent, really get those voices out, and specifically in the area of technology policy.
Technology is vital to how businesses operate, how organizations run, how countries run and operate. And there are very real risks in the space if you don't understand what those legal implications are.
So I imagine that EndCode will play a role in uniting great influencers to really live out their potential and drive a great tech policy future for Africa. What happens if we perhaps take for granted is that everyone here has a frustration with something related to tech law every week. I think that those frustrations are really informed by a sense of what would be the ideal scenario. And it gives me a sense that we know what we're looking for and we know what we want to change, because we're frustrated with the status quo that doesn't work.
And for me, that was one of the best things. We took it on regardless of what it meant. We knew that we had to.
www.endcode.org.